So today I spent part of my shift emptying trash cans, wiping tables, and cleaning after grown adults. And while I was doing it, I just thought, all right, I'm 26 years old. Is is this really what it is? While some of my friends, actually all my friends, they have actual careers or at least pretty decent jobs for that matter. And I just kind of thought, all right, well, this is where I'm at. And this isn't a video about complaining or self pity. It's just putting things into perspective. These are my thoughts every single time I'm working and I'm doing a task that would be considered, how would I put it the right way? Not below me, but more like there's got to be more to life than cleaning up trash after grown humans. Some of these people in their 30s and 40s manage to leave a larger mess with a muffin and a coffee than a family of raccoons. Like, there's got to be more to life than just doing that. And even though I have to understand that this is the temporary stage in life that I'm at, this is what I'm doing right now, and I do come home and I work on my business and I keep on, putting my effort into that. And I did have a completely different career path. I call that my previous life when, I was running a business with my brother for the past couple years up until 1 year ago. And ever since, I've just decided to switch completely and pursue something else. But that's not what this video is about. And what's interesting is the fact that when you're working like this, the hardest thing really that I would say, and I'm not even embarrassed about it. I'm not this person who's gonna sit there and say I have a huge ego, I'm above washing the dishes. It's more of the fact that everybody around you is starting to expect more from you. To put this into perspective, when you're 18, nobody actually cares what you're doing. People only ask you, which degree are you trying to get? What are you going into? What school are you going to be entering? University, college? What are you doing with your life? But when you're 26, there's some general consensus that you're supposed to already kind of know what you're doing. Maybe you're already making a decent income. Maybe you're planning for something bigger. Some of my classmates that I know from high school already have kids. And to me, I'm just like, wow, they have kids? That's unbelievable. And some of them, they're trying to get a house, whatever it is. I'm just gonna need to put some of this cream on because my hands are getting pulverized from washing this many dishes. Yeah, but it's what it is. That's what we do. And at 26, people care a lot more, especially your parents. And what's interesting is that I kind of feel like, as a son, working at a coffee shop, that causes parents some kind of a level of disappointment, grievance. I know in their minds, they probably sometimes sit there and think, where did we go wrong? Please help. My son is making YouTube videos in a basement while working at a coffee shop at 26 years old, and he thinks this is okay. And maybe they don't get the full picture. I can't bother explaining the same thing over and over to them. But people kind of expect you to have your shit together, more or less. I'm not 30, but definitely approaching. And that's kind of the harder part, where you just have to, every time you find yourself comparing and thinking, hey, those people already have that. That couple, they moved in together. These people just got married. My older brother just got married. And although he's like 30, 33, 34, I don't know. He's like way older than me. But, you have people getting married, buying houses, buying apartments, getting all these real jobs, getting promoted in careers. And you're just kind of sitting there thinking, damn, all right. I am not going to be doing that because I have a different plan. And nobody else can see it, and I just have to be okay with that. I have to be okay with people judging from the outside and being fully open. And what's even interesting, every time that I'm working at the coffee shop and, I might think somebody's gonna come in that I know, that even worse, let's make it even worse. somebody would come in that has worked for me before. How crazy would that be? Like, every now and then I see a person and I think, oh shit, I think I know this person. I might have interviewed them. I might have had them work for me for some time. And to be honest, it's usually just the mind projecting and thinking, oh shit. And immediately I have to basically control myself and tell myself, like, hey, actually, this is just where I'm at. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Like, that's okay. And they can have their laugh, like, oh look, this guy used to be my manager, but now this guy's cleaning shit after people. All right, that's what it is. And I'm not sitting here and I'm not gonna blame the economy like a lot of people do. I know a lot of people that are Gen Z or around my age basically saying, hey, the job market is trash. It absolutely is. Probably the worst job market ever. But I don't want to sit here and talk about things that I have no control over. And instead, I prefer to focus on things that I do have control over. I can put my energy and time into the business that I'm building. I can put it towards things that I actually want to do and achieve. And I just have to be okay with that. And so, as time goes by, that pressure just keeps increasing. And it's society telling you that you gotta grow up, whatever. But the fact that it's all happening around you, even your parents kind of look at you like, is this guy depressed? Is he okay? What's wrong with him? Seems like there's a lot of, misunderstanding. But all in all, I think I'm okay. I think I'm doing just fine. In terms of where I think I stand from my perspective, but certainly not from the outside perspective. Certainly not through picking up garbage after people and that's that. Yeah. That's what it is. Thank you guys for listening.